Manifesto.
We open on Shinji, who has the most bored face possible while he's training in the Evangelion, and we hear from Ritsuko that the Evas don't have great battery power and they need to be plugged in. I think we're still trying to solve that problem. And one of the staff members questions why Shinji would come back as he's muttering to himself going through this training. We see the title card, the silent phone, and it's school time. As Shinji's on his way to school, we cut to Misato and Ritsuko talking about how Shinji doesn't really have any friends yet, and they discuss the Hedgehog's Dilemma, an event wherein two people who want to get to know each other end up hurting each other the same way hedgehog spines can hurt each other as they get close. Shinji takes his seat in the classroom, and we see Rei with her bandages still on sitting by the window as two classmates talk about the destruction the robot caused. They discuss how, due to the danger, most of their classmates have left, and Toji explains that his sister got hurt in the last battle, and because his parents are so busy, he has to take care of her, commenting that the pilot's dumb and wrecked the city. The school lesson begins, and everybody has his little tiny laptops on their desk taking notes, and Shinji gets a DM that asks if he's the pilot of the robot, to which he responds, yes. As soon as Shinji replies with yes, everybody huddles around him asking him what it's like, what is it called, all this kind of stuff, while the kid in glasses is taking notes. The bell rings and the teacher turns to see that nobody's paying attention to him, and we get a cut to the sound of a punch. Toji, the boy from earlier, has just decked Shinji and put him on the ground. And Kensuke, by the way, this kid in glasses, his name's Kensuke. I like to usually wait until the series tells us what the character's name is before I start using the name of the character. However, Kensuke is just the greatest, so I have to include him early. Kensuke explains to Shinji while he's on the ground that, it's not really Shinji's fault. He's just mad because his sister got hurt. And Shinji replies with the dumbest thing ever, that they made him pilot it and that he didn't want to pilot it. To which Toji turns around and decks him again. I was not a bully at school. I did not throw punches, but I really could connect with Toji here that when your little sister gets hurt and the guy that's responsible says he didn't even want to do what he was doing, that's a paddling. Before he can get up, Rei runs up to Shinji and says there's an emergency and she's moving on ahead. We get a few seconds of this weird bug-like creature before those big old timpanis start blaring. This time, Nerve doesn't have to wait for the UN generals and puts the entire city in defense mode, all the buildings lowering down to stay safe. We see Kensuke and Toji in one of these shelters trying to watch a portable TV. Back before we had cell phones, we had these little tiny boxes that had antenna on them that you could put like 6 AA batteries into and hopefully watch 5 minutes of TV. And it's clear as they change channels that they're not going to see anything about the monster or the Evangelion, and that it's all censored news. Back at Nerve, we get to see that this new angel looks kind of like the Flatwoods monster paired with a beetle, and as the military starts shooting at it, the old gray-haired man complains that it's just a waste of taxpayers' money. We've got Kensuke complaining about censorship on TV, and the old gray-haired guy complaining about taxpayer funds going to the wrong place. I guess 2015 wasn't too far off from what we'd be seeing. Shinji gets in the cockpit and the Eva's ready to go. Meanwhile, Toji and Kensuke ask to go to the bathroom, and we have a very long pan across a lot of urinals before we finally see their feet to know that they're talking to each other about wanting to escape and see it firsthand. Kensuke and Toji actually make it outside, and they're running up a bunch of stairs as the Evangelion comes out of the street and the angel stands to face it. Shinji just mag dumps into the angel, and apparently that's not what you're supposed to do, as the angel whips him and ends up cutting the power cord and throwing the Eva onto the side of the mountain where Kensuke and Toji are. When Shinji looks down and sees his classmates there, all of Nerve knows it's his classmates, and Misato tells him that he needs to get them in the cockpit and then get out of there. But instead of getting out of there, Shinji replies with, I mustn't run away, and then charges the angel with his buddies in the cockpit and begins to scream while stabbing the angel in its red orby thing with a big ol' knife. We cut to a countdown of his power supply just ticking away, and once it hits 0, the glow of that red orb sort of fades away, and we realize that he's actually won. He's beaten the angel once again. But this time he has two classmates in the cockpit who saw the physical toll it took for him to get this done. Days later, we cut to just a rainy scene where Toji and Kensuke are talking about how they haven't seen Shinji, but they can't bring themselves to call him. This episode does a lot to set up some new questions for us, as well as sort of give us a idea of the surrounds and the people and sort of what else is going on besides just this control room where they send a giant robot to fight against these angels. Unlike the first battle with the angel, where we saw some of it at the beginning and the rest of it at the end, we actually get the whole battle nice and cohesively right in the middle here, and everything makes sense. We watched Shinji got in the robot, his first attack didn't work, and then he stabs it in the heart with this knife, and it worked out. But once again, we kind of have these melancholy, almost sad tones at the end. The angel battle really feels less important, more so that Shinji was able to show his classmates what it's like for him. But Kid Me didn't care. I mean, on the surface level, we've got another angel, but this time, it looks different. Why angel different? What angel? And now, why angel like that? I'm gonna group the questions together so they all kind of sit similarly situated. So we've got what angel, like what are the angels, and also like why are they different? Why diff? We also wonder why people are bothering to go to school in a place where angels are apparently attacking that was built to safeguard against the angels. We do also get some lines that are kind of throwaway about how Antarctica melted and caused a lot of the flooding. So we have a partial answer here of Antarctica flooding, and that's why there's buildings underwater that we saw in the first episode. I'm going to put the answers that we get on the other side and in blue so that they can stay separate. Okay, so Antarctica melted, and that was what has led to the water rising. We still don't quite know why all the buildings were destroyed, but we have a start. So we've had 3 episodes and 2 angels down, and so far, Shinji's been getting in the robot. And even though the gun didn't work, the knife still did work out. So let's see what we have next for our little guy. Let's see if Shinji keeps getting in the robot. Pretty nice, short, simple episode this time. I'm really excited for when we get to rewatch this episode with some more understanding of what's going on in the broader situation in this world. Please like and subscribe, and let me know down in the comments what you think about this episode with a very just straightforward, here's the battle, here's what happened, and watching it to completion versus the last couple episodes where we kind of had a sandwich bookending the battle itself. Kanpai.